Hey guys, let's talk about the CSS Grid. What is CSS Grid? Grid layout system for CSS. It is very important and it is very helpful. Similar to Flexbox, more powerful but a little bit of difficult. It is two-dimensional layout. Can you use align item, justify content, etc. You have used the Flexbox, you can use same thing on there, but inside there you will use the rows and column in one time. After this one video, I'm going to teach you practically how you can use the CSS Grid. But before working on practically, we need to know what is the CSS Grid and how does work it. How it work? When you will use the display grid, then you need to define the columns, how many columns you want to display in the line. I have mentioned the image on there, as you can see. And the first thing is you need to define the display grid in the parent, and the all direct child elements are grid items. So we need to define the grid template columns, how many columns you want to create inside the row, and how many columns you want to define that. I'm going to show you step by step on later. This time you just need to know. So here is a simple image. When you will define the columns, so it will start on the line 1. As you can see, this is line 1, 2, 3, 4, but inside there have 3 boxes, right? First, second, and 3. This is a column lines and this is a row lines. First, second, 3, 4, right? So let's see another images. This is a two-dimensional array. Sorry for that array. It is not array. It is a grid system. You will use that two-dimensional array like this one. Header, and this is the footer. I mean, this is row wise and this is a column wise. You can use this way to create a layout as well inside the grid system. So here is a row and columns. We will define the row and column inside of our grid system like this one. So this is a grid template column. You can define the width and height, and this is a grid template row. You can define the height, I mean inside the row section, and behind inside each box have a gap, or you can say that is space. So this is called gap, right? What is different between grid and Flexbox? It is not one or the other. Use CSS Grid for outer elements and grid-like layout. Use Flex for simple alignment, inner element, menus, items, etc. So here is the difference between Flexbox and also a grid system like this one. Flexbox have a cross axis, means row wise. This is a called one dimension, and this is a called CSS Grid. This is a called two dimension, right? So in the next video we're going to discuss all about practically how we can do the inside the grid system. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, in this video we're going to discuss all about the grid system. Practically I'm going to teach you how you can use grid inside your project, right? So I will create a div. The class will be container, write the any name, grid container. So inside there I'm going to create a div and items, not the div, atom, and call atom, money sign, static, 3 divs. So those are classes and those are values, right? So first and let's style that, then I'm going to show you step by step. Call atom. So the first thing I'm going to add that padding will be 3 times, background will be hash F4 light gray, and I'm gonna also assign the border 1 pixel solid DDD, and text align will be center, font weight bold, and font size I'm gonna change that one for font family tribute MS. So I have 3 boxes, right? As you can see, 1 2 1 2 3. So we're gonna use the display property and assign the grid system, or we can use the grid inside our display property. So the first thing, you need to target the container like this one. Inside the container have a child's data. So I'm gonna copy that and use that on there. So you need to use display grid. Once you add that and save it, you can't see any changes inside the page, because we need to define the columns, how many columns you want to create inside the grid container, right? So we need to use grid column, grid template column. Inside there you need to define the columns, how many columns and how much is width will be each column. So you need to define, for example, I want to define 200 pixel of each column, and I'm gonna save it. As you can see, each column or each box size is 200 pixel, right? This is the first way. Another way is I'm gonna comment that, save it, then I'm gonna use grid template columns, and I can use the auto. The first column will be auto, the next column I'm gonna use will be 300 pixel and 300 pixel. So save, right? So I'm gonna maximize my page. As you can see, the second and third column size is a 300 pixel, but the first one is a column is auto, means when you will resize your page, it will appear on the different sizes. As you can see, it will adjust any size of the browser. As you can see, when you will use auto of the column, you can also use the auto in multiple columns. You can do the auto, but I'm going to comment that, then I'm going to show you uncomment that, and this will be auto, then our 3 columns are auto, as you can see, right? Another thing is have a grid. First I'm gonna save it, and this is a default setting. So I'm gonna use grid template columns, then I can use the FR, 1FR, 1FR, 1FR. So it is similar like auto, but it's a property of the grid system. As you can see, you are able to see same result on there, right? And do you want to display this one is the large, and second one and third one is a small, so you need to use 2 or 3. You can use that. As you can see, the first one is a large, the second one is a normal, and third one is also same with the second one column, right? So another important thing is very helpful for grid system. I have used bunch of properties and values. The property is same, but values are changed. But I want to use the grid. I want to repeat all of the boxes with same size. So I can use grid template column, and I can use the repeat property inside there. Inside there, you need to define how many columns you want to repeat that. So I want to call the 3, and inside there you can use auto. So you're able to see same positions on each column, and also you can use the FR, 1FR. It is also similar, right? As you can see, guys. right? So let's talk about the gap, right? So I want to make a space between first, second and third box. So I need to use grid gap and assign the size. So save, as you can see, right? So let's create a simple layout. So inside the layout, I'm going to show you how you can manage your content, and also I'm going to show you another process or another properties as well, but this time you just need to know how you can use the grid columns and how you can manage it. So this is a main section. Inside the section I'm going to use h3 call welcome to my site, paragraph lorem 40, right? And after the section I'm going to use a site h3. I'm going to use contact us URL, and I'm going to use online it's let me see, and something at gmail.com, and this is my number, right? So I want to manage this one section with the help of grid system, right? So the first thing is, so this is a main container of the content, so those are childs, right? So you need to target the main. I'd call the main. In the main we need to use display grid, right? And save. You can't see any changes, don't worry. We need to use grid template columns, and we need to define the columns, how many columns you want to create inside the main section or inside your childs. So I'm going to create fr3 for the first one section, and the second one section I'm going to create a 1 fr, right? What happened on there? This is the normal, right? As you can see guys, this is a 3 fr, this is a 1 fr. And also you're going to use grid gap 1 rem, and I'm going to use that margin top will be 2 rem. So this is the usage of grid system guys. And also last thing I'm going to show you, when you will increase or decrease the size, both are similar like this way. Don't focus on this section, just focus on this way, right? So I hope you understood as well how you can use the grid template columns with different values and how you can manage it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, in this video we're going to discuss all about the grid rows, how you can use the grid rows inside the grid system, and also you will able to use the grid column inside the same section. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can use that. So I'm going to use same thing, create a div, assign the class grid container, and then inside there I'm going to create a item class, and this is a text and this is a number, and how many times you want to create that? 9 times, right? So save, and let's see output of that, right? So I'm gonna add the simple style on there, like adding 3 rem, background will be f4, and then I'm gonna add the border 1 pixel solid CCC, and text element center, font weight will be bold, font size I'm gonna use 1.5, right? So save, and let's see, perfect. So the first thing is I'm going to select the grid container, and then I'm going to use the display grid, right? So I'm going to use this way. Just a minute. Right. Okay, I need to use this way, guys. Sorry for that. Right. So when I will use the grid column, you will able to see one by one, but I'm gonna use grid row. So what I need to do on there, I need to use grid template rows, and then we need to define the how many rows and how much width of the each rows. For example, I want to create a more than 3 rows, so this is those are default rows, but you can define the size on there. For example, I want to create the first one is a first FR, second one is a 2 FR, and third one is a 3 FR. And I'm going to save that, and as you can see, this is the first row, item 1 is the first row, this is size is a 1 FR, the second one is the size is a 2 FR, and the third one is a 3 FR, right? And also have many other rows, like those are default 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I want to manage all of these, so I can use the property, another property like grid template grid auto rows, and inside there you need to define the size of the all of the auto rows. So I'm going to use 3 FR. Save, as you can see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of the other items are these are same position, but the first one is the first FR, second one is the 2 FR, and third one is a 3 FR. If you want to increase or decrease the size, 5, 6 FR. As you can see, the fourth one is a 6 FR, 5 is same, 6 is same, also another is same positions, right? But I'm gonna use that will be 2 FR or 3 FR, right? So another thing is very important on there, I can use the grid column also on there. So let's see, I want to create a more than grid template columns. I want to create a more than 3 columns, so I call repeat 3 and 1 for size, as you can see, right? First, second, third. I'm going to show you in a large screen size, right? Also you can use the after this one. First I'm going to show you another process as well. I use same thing, but this time I'm going to change the value on there. I'm going to use that will be auto, and then I'm going to create another column will be 4 FR. So as you can see, guys, first, second, third, and fourth one is a large size of the screen, right? You can use the last one is a 4 FR, means the large value or large data have been appeared in the large size, right? Another thing is very important, so I'm going to use this way, same way, but I'm going to use this way too. Perfect. So I have explained you all about the gap, but this time you can also assign the gap in the row and also column as you want. For example, I want to assign the rows inside the rows gap, so I can use grid row gap. I'm going to use 10 pixel R1 RAM, so, and as you can see, have a space inside the each row like this one and this one. I can use the grid column gap to RAM, right? You can define particular gap inside the row and inside the column as you want. But do you want to use the same value? So you need to use gap, grid gap, and use 1 rem or 2 rem as you want. So save. Right. So this is a usage of grid rows, and I have explained you all about how you can use that, and also you are able to use the grid column template inside there. And also you will able to use the, just a minute, I'm going to save. I'm going to use the percentage, for example. Just a minute, I'm going to comment that. So I want to use the each column will be 300 pixel, 300 pixel, 300 pixel, right? Each row size is a 300 pixel. And also you can use the percentage as well, for example 30%, 30%, and also 30%. So as you can see, right, do you want to increase the size? You can do that. So I hope you understood as well all about how you can use the grid row and how you can manage that inside the column section. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, guys. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can grid the span using grid system. Means you will split the columns and also rows using grid system. So I'm going to show you how you can use that. So I will create a container grid, and inside there I'm going to create items, and inside there I'm going to use the text will be atom and the number more than 8 times, right? Save. And we need to set up the simple styling like atoms, padding 3 rem, and border 1 pixel solid, CCC, background, just a minute, background 4F4, and then I'm going to use font size will be 1.4 rem, font size will be bold, not bold, font weight. And finally I'm going to use text element center. So now let's open that in the live server. Just a minute. So this is our output of the code. So the first thing is I'm going to select the container, and I'm going to use display grid, right? Then how many columns you want to create a single row inside the single row. So I need to use grid template column, and I call it repeat 4 columns and 1 FR size of the each column. So let's see, right, 4 columns and single row, each row size is a 1 FR. So what I'm gonna do on there, I want to display the atom 1 in the cross of the complete line. So I need to use the grid column start and grid column end. So I'm going to show you. The first thing is I'm going to select this one div. So I need to use the class atoms. Inside the atom have a first child. Use curly bracket, and then you need to use the grid column start where you want to start the column. I need to use 1, and also I'm going to show you 1 is this is a 1, this starting line is a 1, this is the second line, this is the third line, this is the fourth line, and this is the fifth line. So I want to display this one in the fifth line, so I need to use grid column and will be fifth line. So let's see, right? If you use 4, then you will able to see this way, right? so I'm going to use 5th. And another thing is, do you want to use that in short term? So you can use this way. I'm going to comment that I call grid column, and inside there you need to use where you want to start the column. I call 1, and then we need to use /sign call span. Inside there you need to define the less than number which you have used on above, like this one. This is a 5, but inside there you need to use 4. When you will use span, then you need to use 4. So save. Let's see, the same output has been appeared inside your page. Perfect. So let's talk about the grid row start and row close. So I want to use this one. Atom 2 will be display in the complete line. I mean top and bottom. So I need to use grid. First I'm going to show you. I call the atoms and nth child. We need to select the second one, child. Inside there I need to use grid row start. This is the same thing. Start means the first section is there. When I will call the row start will 1, then it will call on there 1 2 3 4. So I want to start that atom will be 2 on there, so I need to use 2. And where you want to end that, so I call grid row end, and I want to close that. This is a 1 2 3 4, so I want to close that on the 4. So save. As you can see, perfect. If you want to use that, start will be 1, save, and as you can see it will appear on the top. So I'm going to undo that and comment that, and I'm going to show you how you can use that in the short term. So you need to use grid row. Where you want to start, I want to call the 4, I mean 2, and where you want to close, I'm going to use span 3. Span 3. This is the less than number of the 4. Perfect. I hope you understood as well all about the usage of splitting the columns and rows using grid system. I hope you understood as well. So I'm going to show you another important thing. It is very helpful for you. So I want to create a complete grid system, I mean grid layout. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can do that. So I comment, first I'm going to uncomment that and uncomment that, right? Then I again comment out that because it is very helpful for you. So sir, and right, so this is a normal. So I will create a complete grid system layout with the help of grid system, means I will use those data to create a layout. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm going to use same thing which I used on above, and this is the same styling, but this time I'm going to change few things one by one, right? So after this one I'm going to use header, and this will be header cross headers. In header, so you need to call atoms, this is the class name, call the first child, or you can use the first of type, both are similar. I'm going to use first child. So inside there I'm going to use the grid column 1 and span will be 4. So first we need to see, perfect, this is the header, so I'm going to change that will be header. I also use the atom 1 header because I will remove that one later. Perfect. And then I'm going to use the second one column, I mean second one row, and first one column will be appear on the top and the bottom. Means I will use that in the sidebar. So I call sidebar. This is a left sidebar, right? So I need to use same thing which I used on above. I call items, call nth child, select the second one. I call inside the grid row where you want to start. I'm going to call the second one. This is the second row, and where you want to close that, I'm going to call span 3. So let's see. Perfect. And I want to target the 5th number to display this one in the this way, right? This is the left side bar. I want to use this one to display the right side bar. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. No, I'm going to target this one, right? 7th and 7th. So I call items nth child. This is the 7th number of the child, and in the child I call the grid row 2 span 4, and call grid column will be start on the 4 and span will be 1. So let's see. Right, perfect. So 7. Okay, I'm gonna use the 8 one will be appear as a footer. So let's see. I call the items last child, and grid column will be start 1 and grid column will be close in the 5th. So let's see. Okay, what happened on the okay, just a minute guys, just a minute. I'm gonna undo that. And 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I want to display this one in the last 8. Okay, last child. So just a minute, guys, just a minute. I'm gonna use both of the grid row. Well, start, just a minute, I'm gonna show you. I want to start this one in the last row, so I'm gonna count that. This will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. I want to start the row will be 6. So let's see. Perfect. And I want to move this one in the complete section, so I call grid column. So I call same thing that I used on above, like this one, 1st and 4 span. So, and let's see. Perfect. Last thing I'm gonna add on there will be gap. Means I want to make a space on each section. So I have explained you all about the gap, grid gap. So I'm gonna call one name, all sides, save, and let's see. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I'm gonna get that, just that on this, save. Let's see. Perfect, guys. This is our header, this is our left bar, right bar, footer. So you can use that to manage your template, right? So I hope you understood as well how you can manage that. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna teach with you grid autofill and also min-max. So I'm gonna use same thing, but this time I'm gonna teach you how you can use autofill and min-max to make a responsive layout using grid system. So I'm gonna use same thing like create a container grid, and inside there I'm going to create an items class and the item text and the number, and I'm going to add that 5. So the first thing is I'm gonna style that, so I will get the style from my previous file, right? So I don't need to waste the time, right? So remove this one. So I'm gonna select the container underscore grid. The first thing is, you know all about the grid. I'm gonna use display grid, save, right? And then I'm gonna add the grid template column, and we know all about how you can assign the columns, like pixel base or percentage base, or you can use auto, and also you can use 1FR, 2FR, or 3FR, right? But this time I'm going to show you another way, right? So this is a 1FR, 3FR, and 1FR, but it is not responsive right now, as you can see. But when you will use the min max and auto fill, then it will a little bit of responsive. You need to use simple media query to make a responsive layout. So the first thing is, I'm gonna comment that, and I'm gonna show you how you can use that. I'm gonna call grid template columns, and then I'm gonna call repeat. I want to repeat the columns. The first thing, you need to use auto -fit. Then you need to call min max parentheses. Inside there you need to assign the size of the column and how many columns you want to create on the single row. So I call the 300 pixel and also 1F, right? This is a small screen, but when you will go to in the large screen size, as you can see, right? Perfect, guys. As you can see in the small screen size, it is very helpful to make a responsive image gallery or layout as well. You can do that. So I'm going to show you how you can make it as a responsive, fully responsive, like this one. As you can see, this is not good for designing purpose, and also on there, as you can see. So I'm gonna create a same layout that we have created on earlier. So I'm gonna use same thing, but this time I'm gonna change. I'm gonna use the auto fit and min max, and also I'm gonna add the media query to make a responsive layout, right? So the first thing is, I'm gonna select the same thing. I call the items column first child, or you can use first type. You can do that, and this time I'm going to use first type. So inside there I'm going to use grid column 1 and span 4, right? I'm going to show you right here, as you can see. And then just a minute. Okay, we will manage that. And then I'm going to select the items column nth child. This time I'm going to select number 6, means 5. And then I'm going to add that will be grid column 1 and span will be 4. I'm going to select the last one. I'm going to show you this one, but I need to use grid row where you will start the row. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, so I call 4. Okay, what happened on there, guys? Okay, perfect. But I will use, and there will be, I comment that, repeat it, and this time I'm going to add, and there will be 300, not 300, just use auto. As you can see, this is our header, and I want to move this in the bottom, so why I can't see nth child, number of row 4. Just a minute, I'm going to check that. Okay, I'm going to add one more. This will be 6, right? As you can see, guys, because I have selected number 6, right? I will use 5, and as you can see, the 5 has been appeared on there. I don't need to use the, I will use same 6 because I will manage that one by one, right? Right, so the next thing is I'm going to add the gap. The gap, I'm going to use grid gap 1 rem. Perfect. So this is a normal size, right? When you will hit 768 pixel, as you can see, there's some text has been hidden now, and I'm able to see the scroll bar, right? But I want to stop that. So this is a header. You can use this one to make a sidebar. This is a sidebar, or you can use the as a content. You can do that. I just show you how you can use AutoFit and min-max. So I'm gonna add the media query and call max width, and then I'm gonna use the size of the media query 768 pixel. Inside there I need to call the same container grid, and use on there will be, no, I'm gonna use this one to, I'm gonna select the items, and then I'm gonna call that will be grid column 1 and spin 4. I think it should be perfect right now, as you can see, guys. So this is your header, this is your content, and this is your footer. When you will hit the 760, when you will increase the size of this 768 pixel, then you are able to see it is fully responsive in the small, medium, large screen size, as you can see. But you need to use a little bit of media query to manage that, as you can see, right? If you want to use that, this one will be large and this will be small. You can do that. I have explained you all about the usage of grid row and grid column to split the columns. So I hope you are understood as well all about how you can use autofill and min-max. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to teach with you grid template areas. But before working on that, I'm going to show you another thing is very important. In the last video we have discussed all about the autofill and min-max. I'm going to open that in the live server, and when I, just a minute, when I hit the 768 pixel, I am able to see 1, 2, 3. This is a 6 number, it's been appeared on there. I want to move this one in the last row. So I just need to uncomment that, or you can remove this one, because I have assigned the position of the number 6 child is a 4. Once you comment that or remove that, you are able to see the number 6 has been appeared in the last row, right? So I hope you are understood as well all about that. So let's talk about the grid template areas. It is very helpful for managing your template area. So right click it and open that in the live server. So I'm going to create a complete layout, then I'm going to show you how you can use grid template areas to manage your layout, right? So I'm going to write, just a minute, I'm going to write very faster. Class will be here. This is my OnlineITtuts, right? And then I'm going to call that will be section, class will be content, h3 welcome to my site, paragraph lower and 30, right? And then I'm gonna call aside class sidebar. Inside there I'm gonna use h3 contact us UL ally OnlineITtuts online and 50 man st Boston ally something at gmail.com. Just a minute. Then I'm gonna add the number, right? And after the aside, I'm going to create boxes. Box 1, just a minute. Box 1 div, and inside there I'm going to call h3. This is the heading, paragraph lower and 30. So I'm going to get that in second time, third time, fourth time. Just change the number 3 and this will be 4. And after the closing div, I'm going to create a footer, assign the class footer. Inside there I'm going to use copy. Just a minute, I'm going to set the copy right and copy. Just a minute, copy 2023. So cell right. So what I'm going to do on there, first I'm going to managing the complete content using CSS means I will use a simple border. Then I'm going to show you how you can use grid media, grid template areas, right? So the first thing is I'm going to call the header, comma, content, comma, and sidebar, comma. Those are classes, right? And box 1, box 2, I just assign the simple styling on each content section, and this will be box 3, right? And this will be box 4. Sidebar I have add on there will be footer, so I use border 1 pixel solid and CCC, and I'm going to use padding all side will be 0.5 set. So I'm able to see the each section, like this is a top, header, footer, and something like that. So I will use the grid template areas. I will define the every section in the grid template areas. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. So I'm going to use that on there. I'm going to select my container. Inside the container I have all content, right? So the first thing you need to use the display grid, right? And then you need to call the grid template areas, right? Inside there you need to use double quotation. Inside there you need to call the particular class name, or you can use the like this one. So you need to enter any name as you want, but the name is matched with your class, right? I'm going to show you in a minute. So for example, I want to just a minute, I'm going to show you. I want to display this one in the complete line, right? First I'm going to check that why this footer, and just a minute. Okay, I'm gonna add the gap also on grid gap 1 rem, so, right? So I will manage every section using grid template areas, right? I'm gonna show you how you can do that. So the first thing is I want to display this in the complete line, right? But why this is appeared on there will be just a minute. Container, and this is container header. Just a minute, I'm gonna check that. So the first thing is I will use the header 4 times, because I have used the 4 boxes on there. I will manage that one by one. I'm gonna show you everything. Then have a next important thing is I will use in the next section I will call the content like this one, and also I want to display this one in the sidebar. So I will use first I'm gonna use this way, just a minute. Then I call 3 times content, and also I need to use sidebar, right? Then I want to display those boxes in the same line, in the same positions, like one by one, box 1, 2, 3, 4 in the same line. So I call that box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, right? Then last thing I'm gonna add that will be footer. So I call the footer, and then footer 4 times. We need to use that because I used the footer header on the top will be 4 times. So set, right? So guys, the first thing is I want to display this one in the complete line. So I need to call the header class like this one, and use the grid area, and we need to call the simple this one name on there. Once you save that, and as you can see, complete line, use text on will be center. Perfect. The next thing is very important. I want to display this one in this section, and also the sidebar will appear on there. So I need to call the content class. So I assign the content on each section like this one. So I want to display the complete content on the heading one like this one section. So I call the grid area content, but also we need to add the sidebar, right? I used 3 times content, means it will cover 3 sections, right? So I will use the sidebar, also this one. First we need to select the class like this one and write the class name on there, and grid area and sidebar. So as you can see guys, I hope you are understood as well all about the usage of grid template areas, right? So the last thing is very helpful and important. I want to display this one in the complete line, and I want to display the last one heading will appear in the complete line, and also footer. So the first thing is I'm going to show you the footer. First I'm going to set the footer, then I'm going to show you. I call the footer and call grid area, call the footer. So perfect, as you can. But I want to display the 3 boxes in this one line, and the 4th one box appear in the next one line, but it will cross the line, cross the page. So I use on there will be, I remove the box 4, and I want to increase the size of the box 1. So I call the box 1 again, right? This is a 4 section, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I have added 4 times, every section 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I want to display this one in the complete line, so I call the box 4 times. Right, but you can't see any changes because we need to define that inside this one section. So I call the box 4, and then I'm gonna use the grid area box 4. So perfect. But I want to manage every boxes, so I just need to use same thing. So this is a box 1, so inside there I need to call box 1. This is box 2, box 2, this is box 3, this is box 3, and this is box 4. And so okay, why this will be 3, right, as you can see guys. So here is the complete template areas using grid system, so very helpful. Last thing I'm gonna add on there will be where it is text alignment. So you can define the position on the each section on the grid template areas, then you need to call on each section with the help of class. But you need to call the grid area and call the particular section or particular name inside the particular class areas. So I hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day guys. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to teach you how you can use media query in grid system. So I already explained you how you can use the media query to manage your grid template, but this time I'm going to show you the easiest way you can use that to understand how you can use the media query, right? So let's work on that. So I will create a grid class, grid container. Inside there I'm going to call the class will be item, and then I'm going to add the heading and paragraph Lauren. So I'm going to add that second time, third time, fourth time, so right. So I'm going to add that will be a grid container So the first thing you need to use the display grid, right? And how many columns you want to create that. So I'm going to call grid column. Grid template column will be repeat for 1 ever. So, and I'm gonna add also atom border 1 pixel solid and CCC, right? And also I'm gonna add the padding 1 rem all sides. So finally I'm gonna add the grid gap on 0.50 rem. So perfect. So this is a large screen size, right? But I want to use that media query to manage my content, right? In the 768 pixel I want to display the 2 boxes, right? So I need to use the media query, media, and call max width 768 pixel. Inside there I just need to call the same thing that I've used on above, like this one, copy and paste on there. Inside there we need to use that 2. So once you save that, and you will hit the 768, as you can see I'm able to see 2 boxes on each row. Last thing I'm going to add that will be in the small screen size. I want to display that in the first box, or you can say there's 1 box. So I'm going to call 500 pixel and just need to use the 1, and we don't need to use the gap on there because I already mentioned on the above. So and I don't need to use the grid on there also. So let's see. As you can see, 2 boxes. I'm going to show you in the large screen size. As you can see guys, when you will hit 768 pixel I am able to see 2 boxes. When you will hit 500 pixel you will able to see 1 box. So you can use the media query very easy, way to manage your content as well. So I hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, guys.